Welcome back to Godfrey Mindset. I'm your host, Gavin Godfrey. Today episode I'm actually really excited about. It's creating motivation. This is something I love. I love motivation. I love to motivate other people. Um, it's been something I like really worked hard to create, and but motivation is all different though for everyone. Everyone is unique. Everyone thinks differently. So it's up to you to find out what's your motivation. My motivation could be completely different because of the way I function and the way you do. So it's up to you. This is my opinion on the mindset I've created around motivation. And so, yeah, it's up, honestly, everything is up to you. You can listen to whatever you want in life and you can get a ton of motivation from all these different videos. But if you aren't happy inside and like you're not taking pride in what you do, then how do you be motivated to life? And if you don't take life like as, to be grateful to be alive, and then just, I think gratitude is a huge part of like being grateful to be alive is motivating. I wake up every day and I'm grateful to be alive, and it's motivating because look, I'm up another day. Let's get after it. And so I think motivation is a huge struggle in our society nowadays. It's kind of like looked down upon to be motivated and super successful because they're like, oh my gosh, you're just so selfish. You don't care about anyone else. And then you have people that like, how do you be motivated though when you're complaining about everything that's happening in life? How? You can't. And if you're complaining about your life, of course you're not going to be motivated. But like how are you going to change that? And that's where the motivation comes from. Is you have to find within what you want to do in life. And for me, action sports was a huge part of my life and my motivation was there. Growing up, I was super short. I was, small, and I took that to heart. And a lot of people, and like, I look at it now and it's funny, but at the same time, then it was a huge part of growing up is being like, once I got into like eighth grade, is like everyone started growing, hitting puberty. I was a late bloomer, but whatever, I couldn't control that. And but that's what made me kind of who I am, and I had to be ruthless because I was a little smaller than everyone, and my motivation was from pain. People making fun of me, just just people with their opinions, and I was super sensitive when I was younger. I have a big heart, but also um, I'm not afraid to state my opinion and what I believe in. And so for my motivation, it was like, all right, all these people are talking ish on you. So like, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? You gonna show them up? Yeah. So for me, I took my motivation was when I was like the underdog, and like for wrestling that came around, and like any sports I did, motorcycle racing. I didn't do much mountain bike racing when I was younger. It was mostly just motorcycle racing, and then wrestling. Uh, I didn't really ride like yeah. So what was my motivation during like wrestling training and stuff was when people would talk ish on me, I would take that and I would just David Goggins that stuff. I would just repeat it in my head and I would just use that as fuel and fire to make like the best version of myself. And so for me, that was what was motivating me. And plus, like, I would watch, I loved Rocky when I was growing up. I loved like the underdog fighter or someone that just had to like grind and like make it to the top. So my motivation was from pain. My motivation was from people downplaying me. My motivation was to prove to myself that I can do anything I want to do as long as I just like put my mind to it and laser focus and never give up. I will get that done. And motivation comes and goes. It's not all the time going to be there. And if it's all the time there, then you wouldn't appreciate it. So it has to come and go. You have to have your ups and you have to have your downs. And you can control them once you get better at it. But at times it gets so hard. I've hit rock bottom. I know what that feels like. Rock bottom is terrible. It is like, how do you pull yourself out of that? That is one of the hardest things I've had to do is pull myself out of rock bottom. And it's not like you pull yourself out and you're out of rock bottom. You're like, yeah, I'm good, let's go party, let's go adventure, let's go do the wildest stuff. No, it wasn't that. It was like I'm up, I'm motivated, I'm training, and then I would take a day off. And then that day would turn into a week, and then that week would turn into a month, and then that month would turn into 3 months. And then I'd have to be like, whoa, 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 where did my cycles go? My motivation's gone. What am I doing? I'm just coasting. I'm not even like trying to like live my best life now. And then you have to reevaluate what's going on in your life, and then you have to find another motivation. And it's just a continuous process. Unless you take it by control and you're like, okay, every day you ask yourself, what can I do today and how can I be motivated? And it's all a belief. It's all like your mind and your soul are always talking to each other. It's like convincing your mind. It's like people talk about positivity and negativity. Motivation is on the positive side, but I also believe it's on the negative side, because if people are downplaying you, that's negative. But then you take that and make it positive towards yourself. It's all an equation. You take people's stuff or whatever they say about you, good or bad, and then you just download it, and you can use both as motivation. Say they're saying good stuff about you, that motivates you to work harder because they're seeing what you're doing and you're taking pride in it. They talk ish on you and they downplay you. That's motivation right there, because then you want to better yourself and say, no, these people aren't right. I know what's up. I know how to do this. So at the end of the day, motivation comes within. And it's up to you to find out what's that motivation. And how I recommend it, watch motivation videos. Watch people, like, go talk to people that are motivated. Ask them what helps them. It's all questions just to be asked all the time. And I'm a student every day. There's not one day I'm like, I know everything. No, I'm trying to learn all the time. And so it's like this podcast. I didn't know what I was doing, but I was like, I want to do it. So I'm doing it. And my motivation is just to keep helping people. And I want to help people share the light that I have now, because I've been through the hard times. And the motivation for me is to be the change. That's why I have it on my shirt. Godfrey Mindset. At the bottom it says, be the change. You want to be the change in the world. Whatever you want to see in the world, you be that, and then it will come. So motivation, it's up to you. Find out what motivates you and then stick to it and continuously go after it, and have gratitude towards what's going on in your life, and take every scenario, break it down, and make a motivation out of it. Thanks again, guys. I can't wait to talk to you guys again. Thank you.